I think the teamwork element of it's been really good, because it's something that they're particularly poor at, is working together and cooperating. So that's been good when it has come together with the games, which worked really well, and then when they've played together, that's been brilliant when they've actually all played together and sort of tried their hardest to keep in time, and no one has been deliberately trying to spoil it, and that is quite a rare occurrence, really.
Do you think because I've been in here and we've been doing music together, you might do a bit more music outside of school?
Yeah, I might try a bit of music outside of school.
And do you think that you would have done that before the music sessions?
Well, I do play guitar here, but I probably would have never actually thought to, but I might probably now.
And what would you like to do?
Be a guitarist or bass or drummist.
It's been something different for them, something for them to look forward to every week. And I've seen a very different side to them, and I've also noticed how they've started to work as a team, which is something they really struggle with. So I think that it's been brilliant for developing the teamwork, trying to develop their resilience as well, because sometimes they'd be getting upset that someone was using a different instrument, but trying to bring them back in. And it's been fantastic seeing the end product and having seen how brilliant their script was and how pleased they are with the end product. In terms of the curriculum, because the school days are quite short here, and we're judged as well as mainstream schools on our progress, there tends to be quite a focus a lot of the time on the English side of things and the maths side of things. And although those things are important as key skills, there is so much more to the curriculum than that. So I think it's given us the permission really to move away a little bit from that, and to get the more creative subjects in, which I think are key anyway. But also it fits in with our Thrive plans that we're doing for our children, which are all about developing them in stages of their early life that they might have missed out on. So having the ability to try out the different musical instruments, to experience maybe things going wrong and then trying something different. Trying the bass guitar, which he loved to start off with, but then realising it was too heavy for him and too big, to move on to something else. So that was really important because we needed to see him overcome his barriers and his resilience. Really.
Absolutely, and he did.
So I think it's been a good balance of activities over the 10 weeks. There's not been an opportunity for them to get bored or to be fed up of what they're doing. They've been very engaged in it. When you're working on something, a project, if you like, for a good period of time, you get so much more out of the children than you do from dotting around from lesson to lesson, because it's got meaning to it and the end product has got meaning. So, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and actually playing it for the parents and whoever else who can be in our audience, because I think they'll be really impressed at what these children have actually managed to achieve. And it's exciting for them, to see these instruments. Because unfortunately, although we've got some here, they're a bit broken and battered, and to have the opportunity to use all of your instruments, use your iPads and technology and things like that, they've loved it. It can be quite trying with these guys, and but you have been consistently calm and quiet with them, and waited for them. So, and I think you've taken such an interest in them individually and found out a little bit about their background. So what you've done is kind of tailored it to them and not to have too high an expectation of what they were expecting. And I think when we first talked about how it was going to run, I think I was quite concerned of how much time was spent doing the radio play and not so much on the musical instrument side of things, because I thought, well, maybe it would be better to do it that way. But actually it's worked out really well, because it has been the instruments, but too much of that would have been overkill. But we had a brilliant time doing all the recording and bringing in the iPads and things. The children have loved that. Doing the Arts Award alongside it makes the most of that 10-week opportunity to explore the music side of things, but also go in different directions. Because the children have, looked up on YouTube. We've had lots of YouTubers, but we've been to the theatre. We've looked at Dizzy Rascal, people like that, so the children could develop their knowledge.
I have been learning to play the electric guitar, and we've been learning a radio play.
We've been playing on the pianos and everything.
I liked going through all the instruments, and that kind of got me into more music, because I didn't know that there was that many different instruments that you could actually play.
I really enjoyed the
the iPads. So I'm going to look the electric guitar up, buy one, and then look up online musics of it. I liked the theatre because it had like all the music was in the right place, and it sounded like and it looked and sounded like it was actually like we were actually there and we were actually involved with it. I was King Finley the Brutal. It was epic, especially the super cool music. It was really fun because we got to use microphones and I've never used a microphone before. There were some bits where we couldn't all like choose proper and we had to try and combine all our ideas together. And then there were some bits that we all just basically read each other's minds and actually thought the same thing.
The rules. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare, to Parkers. Don't nobody else care. And I know they like to beat you down a lot when you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. But please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. Forgive but don't forget, girl, keep your head.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drop me in and then you kick it.
On his right foot. Queen Donamayan faints in shock. King Finley catches her and notices the extra toe.
He can't be. He just can't be. A long-lost son?
King Finley wakes Queen Donamayan up and they both rush to Jimmy Mayan's aid. They take him in their arms as they realise who he really is.
How can this be? We must stop these games immediately and stop being evil. Our son has been returned. Let's turn the games into a celebratory feast.
King Finley and Queen Donamayan lead Jimmy Mayan.
Hello, my name's Jane Stafiri and I'm a co-director of Cymaz Music. Cymaz Music has been delivering work in AP Academies since 2012. The reason why music education hubs were formed in the first place was a call to action. It became recognised that music education for children and young people across the country was a lottery. Research undertaken by Darren Henley, now Head of Arts Council, identified that many children and young people, especially those living in challenging circumstances, were in danger of falling through the net. So the Hub's job is to make it possible, to make it achievable for children and young people to have an equal chance to access music making opportunities. In short, to have a consistent, high quality, rounded musical offer that's underpinned by inclusion. Cornwall Music Education Hub commissioned Cymaz Music to deliver inclusive music making activities in a range of settings, including APs as part of its musical inclusion strategy. APs can be challenging settings to work in. This works best when there's joint working, when it's child-centred, when there's a shared understanding of what's happening and why it's happening, when there's good planning, when there's enough capacity, when there's a decent environment to work in, with good resources, and when there's a legacy left behind so that the work can continue. Cymaz Music works on an outcomes basis. Our music educators are highly skilled practitioners. They work with the school or the setting and the child towards agreed musical, personal and social outcomes. This holistic approach has provided us with a mountain of evidence, with reports of improved focus, of higher attainment levels, positive changes in behaviour and attitude. When all this is in place, that's when the impact of this work really shines through, and children and young people get to have a real taste of their own potential and their own musicality.
What do you think of the overall radio play that we just listened to? What do you think about the final thing?
I really liked it because it sounds like it's actually happened in life, and it doesn't actually sound like a load of children have just come together and done it, and it seems like a professional has done it.